Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this 23rd of August, 1939. Please rise for our national anthem.
Good evening. For those that don't know me, my name is Jeff Taylor, principal here at Gorton Junior High School. On behalf of all of us at Gorton Junior High, I would like to welcome you all to this event and thank you for taking time out of your schedules to be here with us this evening. As you know, we are here tonight to celebrate the end of an era that every single person in this room in some way, shape, or form has been a part of. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome with us this evening a few very special guests. Joining us this evening, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Phil Thornton. On his way and joining us shortly is our Mayor of Warwick, Mayor Scott Abadiji. We have with us our City Council President, Mrs. Donna Travis. And from Warwick City Council, Councilman Ed Lattison. From our school committee, we have our Vice Chair, Mr. Gene David. Also joining us from the school committee, we have school committee member, Ms. Karen Bacchus. Also joining us, school committee member, Ms. Terry Medeiros. We also have with us this evening State Representative, Representative Joe Solomon. We also have from the Warwick Public Schools our Assistant Director of Curriculum and Music Supervisor, Dr. Ann Cecil. Also from the school district, our Coordinator of Teaching and Learning, Mr. Ryan Muller. Very special guest, former superintendent of the Warwick Public Schools and 1946 graduate of Gorton High School, Mr. Clyde Bennett. Also, former principal of Gorton Junior High School and current superintendent of the Attleboro Public Schools, Mr. Ken Sheen. Also, former principal of Gorton Junior High School and current principal of Windman Junior High School, Mrs. Joanne Pelletier. Assistant Fire Chief of the City of Warwick, James Kemp. From the Warwick Police Department, Community Service Division of the City of Warwick, Captain Brad Connor. Very special guest members of the current and former faculty of Gorton Junior High School. And as we look throughout the crowd, all of the alumni that were able to make it out tonight. As I mentioned, tonight we are here to celebrate the end of an era here at Gorton Junior High School, which originally opened as a high school back in 1939. But before I get too far, I want to share with you what I believe tonight is not. Tonight is not to be sad. It's not to mourn a loss. Tonight is not a bad night. Rather, tonight is a time for Gorton Raiders and Hornets, both past and present, to come together one last time to reflect, to remember and to be thankful for all the good times that we had here. It's a time to celebrate a storied history and all of the individuals who walked through our doors who made that history what it was and what it is. Tonight's an opportunity to recognize and say thank you to a community that has always stood by us and supported us through the years. As you've seen in the program, tonight's theme is Standing Tall in Changing Times. More than just the theme of this evening's event, this has been what we at Gorton Junior High School have strived for each day, day in and day out. We here actually refer to this as business as usual. And the expectation has always been, right up to the last moment of the last day, to have business as usual. We all agree that our students deserve nothing less. So kudos to the faculty, students, families, and community members that have worked this year and strived to keep us on that charge. I would argue that all of us borrow some advice from Dr. Seuss, and we not cry because it's over, but rather smile because it happened. Every honors night in May, we come together to celebrate the successes of our 8th graders. I usually end my remarks each year with telling the students that during their time here at Gorton, they've done themselves, their family, and our school proud. I'm also always thankful to the students that we were able to have been one stop on their journey. Tonight I want to elaborate upon that and say that on behalf of all of us at Gorton Junior High School, as well as myself personally, I would like to thank the City of Warwick for allowing us to have been a part of this great city's history, and to the families for having allowed us to be part of your lives. I can only hope that we have served you well and made you as proud as the students have made us. And with that, and without further ado, the Gorton Junior High School Concert Band and Orchestra proudly present Stand Tall in Changing Times, a musical tribute to a school, its students and faculty, and the history they experienced together. Thank you.
Good evening, America, and welcome to tonight's edition of CBS Evening News on this August 23rd, 1939. Tonight, Warwick, Rhode Island is coming together as a community to celebrate the opening of a new school, Samuel Gorton High School. This school is named after Samuel Gorton, an earlier settler and civic leader of the colony of Rhode Island and Providence plantations. The funding for this new construction came from the Public Works Administration as part of the National Industrial Recovery Act of 1933. The PWA is spending over $6 billion for private construction firms to build dams, bridges, hospitals, and schools, such as this, as part of the President's New Deal package for helping the nation move out of the Great Depression. Like the Rhode Island motto itself, the building represents the hope of a brighter tomorrow, a hope made possible by the leadership of our great President Roosevelt. I hear the ceremony beginning now as the officials march in, so let's listen in as the community comes together to celebrate our momentous event in local education and national prosperity.
Kate is a legendary singer who premiered God Bless America on her radio show to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the armistice, which signified the end of World War I. This piece was originally written by Irving Berlin during his time in the Army during the war. Now, as our country faces a second battle, World War II, Miss Smith has brought this piece to life and has united the country through song. God Bless America has quickly become our country's second anthem. Everyone from soldiers to adults and children from across the country know this song and sing it with pride. President Roosevelt introduced Kate to the King and Queen by saying, "Your Majesties, this is Kate Smith. This is America."
We visited Samuel Gorton High School in Warwick, Rhode Island, and sat with students to look through their 1944 school yearbook. Receiving a yearbook is usually a happy time for students, but in flipping through this one, we find solemn reminders of the friends that have been lost. Friends that left high school early in the hopes of one day returning to graduate with their classmates, but have never had that opportunity. Today, the school comes together to mark this occasion and to sing tribute to their classmates. Prisoners of war, Raymond Irwin. Missing in action, soldiers, Richard Hassel, O'Bane DeWard, and Donald Greer. And Thomas Kennedy and Lloyd Cooper, who were killed in the line of duty. For their friends, students from Gorton High School stand together today to honor these heroes by singing for them the school's alma mater, written by Elsie Bruce. They may have not returned to rejoin their classmates, but they will always be part of the Gorton family.
As of yet, no major battles have been fought in this Cold War. However, mistrust, fueled by fear of a nuclear attack, has led to the Battle of Spies, as each country attempts to gain a tactical advantage over their enemy. A tactical advantage that could save the lives of thousands of students, such as these, if an attack was to be launched.
from our station. Well, it's official. The world is changing by the minute. Next week, on September 4th, 1962, children turning in to watch their favorite cartoon will see, for the first time, color. The Flintstones, a popular children's cartoon, will no longer be aired in black and white. It will be broadcast in color. We caught up with several students from Samuel Gorton Junior High School in Warwick, and walked around to gauge their reactions to the new color TV phenomenon. The student sentiment is similar across the board. They are amazed at what is now possible and can't wait to see what other marvels the future will bring.
U.S. troops have successfully prevailed against a surprise attack launched by the Viet Cong on the South Vietnam capital of Saigon. We would like to pause for a moment to reflect upon the men and women who are serving our country in this great conflict. Here at home, we have seen a rising discontent as Americans have become increasingly disappointed in our leaders' optimistic assessments of our progress in Vietnam. However, we cannot let this disappointment extend to the men and women who have been called to duty in the service of their country. Thousands have given their lives, been captured, are missing in action, and countless others are left with physical or mental wounds that even time cannot erase. So it is in the wake of this victory that we, this station, ask that we pause and reflect upon our troops and thank them for giving so much of themselves in service of our nation.
they all stayed up last night to watch the first astronaut set foot on the surface of the moon at 11:56 p.m. Today, we visited Samuel Gorton Junior High School and found the students and faculty huddled together around televisions, watching with amazement as the historic event continued to unfold. This afternoon, the students watched as the lunar module blasted back and reunited with Columbia after having spent a total of 21 and a half hours on the moon. Now, we'd like to take a moment to replay the events of last night as reported by our national CBS affiliate.
Good evening. We are reporting today from the CBS News Apollo headquarters here at Kennedy Space Center. We are listening live as NASA reports on man's journey to the moon. NASA is reporting now that the Eagle has landed. Apollo 11 is on the moon. Let's listen in.
Houston, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Rocket tranquility, we copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
There he is there. There's a foot coming down the step. Armstrong is on the moon. Neil Armstrong, 38-year-old American, standing on the surface of the moon. This July 20th, 1969. Well, for thousands of years, it has been man's dream to walk on the moon. Right now, after seeing it happen, knowing that it happened, it still seems like a dream.
Well, it was one small step for man, one On Giant Leap for Dance Kind today as Michael Jackson debuted his new album, Thriller. Welcome tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the second day of September, 1983. Michael Jackson once again captured the attention of the nation, this time by instilling fear in his new title song, Thriller. We visited Gorton Junior High School in Warwick today and asked the students for their reaction to the new song. Already, students were practicing the new dance moves, proving that the song will quickly top the charts. What we're seeing at Gorton is happening across the nation. It will be certain to be overrun by teenage shoe dancing zombies by the end of the week.
would like to take a moment to reflect on today's events. Today, America lost thousands of our own in a coordinated terrorist attack, which resulted in the death of thousands of Americans. Hundreds of police, fire, and Port Authority officials who raced to the World Trade Center buildings to save the lives of those inside made the ultimate sacrifice by giving their own lives in the hopes of saving others. Our hearts go out to the family and friends who lost loved ones during this attack, and we express our unending gratitude to those who lost their lives in the service of others. Here at home this morning, we were filming another story for Gorton Junior High School in Warwick when the attacks took place. We saw firsthand how these attacks touched every man, woman, and child across the nation. As details became known, the students and faculty of Gorton united in their reflections of the incident. They shared their thoughts, tears, fears, and grief as the events unfolded. They supported each other in the collective sorrow for the lives lost. In this school, we have witnessed a phenomenon which was occurring across the nation, how Americans were finding strength in the collective sorrow and resolve. With so many questions yet to be answered, tonight we must work with what we know. Our nation lost heroes today, and their legacy must remain alive within each of us as the unending thanks of an incredibly grateful nation.
Last night, we broadcasted that Hurricane Katrina was bad, but last night, we didn't know half of it. We are still learning now exactly how bad, as helicopters lifted hundreds of people from rooftops. We thought New Orleans had made it through the worst of the storm, but when two levees breached, flooding the city with water and leaving countless residents stranded and unable to reach safety. Today, we visited Samuel Gorton Junior High School in Warren, where students and faculty were working together to prepare boxes of relief supplies to send in the hopes that these items would provide comfort to those who lost so much. All over this nation, people are doing the same, opening their hearts and homes to provide relief to the survivors of this disaster. It is in this time that we must stand together and remember the spirit that makes the Northern strong, the spirit that will carry them through this dark time, to live once again as a city of saints in the Dixieland capital of the South.
We are interrupting our regularly scheduled program with breaking news. There has been an explosion at the Boston Marathon. Near the finish line on Williston Street, there were 2 explosions, one close to the finish line by the street, the other coming from the sidewalk. There are swarms of police officers and firefighters responding to the hundreds of runners and spectators injured. Boston, the city that was the cradle of the American Revolution, was rattled, but it is strong. Together, we are strong. We are all Bostonians. We are all Boston strong.
special event happening in a local town, Gorton Junior High School in rural Rhode Island, is celebrating the life of a school building that has meant so much to so many. The school walls have thousands of stories to tell, as they have brought students and faculty together through the best of times and the worst of times in our nation's history. Gorton opened in 1939, and in this June 2016, it will close its doors forever. Tonight, the concert band passes a final gift to the school, performing a piece written and sampled by an Emmy Award-winning composer, Mr. Robert Seachy. Mr. GZ composed this piece for Gorton, representing all that the school has stood for during its 77 years. Through these years, Gorton has always stood tall as our country has weathered so much history, which has brought countless smiles, tears, heartaches, and triumphs. This piece will be played for the first time tonight, a world premiere performance in honor of a building, a legacy, and a lifetime of memories. So without further ado, let's listen in as Gorton Concert Band performs a world premiere performance of Stand Tall in Changing Times.
time, I would like to introduce the composer of Stand Tall in Time of Change. And I would like to thank him for writing such a beautiful piece for our school, and it will always stand tall as a legacy to our school. Ladies and gentlemen, the Emmy award-winning composer, Mr. Roger Cici.
This student is amazing. To sound that good, there's got to be great instruction going on here. This is a premiere. This is a world premiere. Anytime a new piece of art is displayed to the world, we give it that title, world premiere. In this case, it's performed live. And to signify that, and there's a couple things that I think are important, is that I was hired to write the music, but I cannot play the music in all those parts. So these students are the other half of the music-making process. I can only write the music. They have to perform it. So they deserve a lot of credit for being the ones to premiere the piece for the very first time. And to signify that, what I do is I bring my score, and I would like them to, at some time, before the school year ends, to sign my score so I have a record of all these outstanding musicians that played the piece for the very first time. Now, in addition to that, I have another score that the students will sign, that it has my signature on as well, that goes to its wonderful director, Michelle Devine. Because of the significance of this piece, and the fact that this piece will most likely be published and distributed worldwide, and other performing ensembles such as this will perform this work and learn about Gorton, I have prepared a plaque to be given to the school principal, Mr. Taylor. So if you come up, this is the title page and the first page of the musical score signed for the school. And again, I really appreciate the opportunity to write for this great ensemble and how significant it is that they chose to commission a piece for such a great event. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight to celebrate our school, its students, the faculty, and the rich history that we have all experienced for the last 77 years. It has been an honor to work with this group of young musicians on the stage. And I'd like to call up Mr. Taylor for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Mrs. Devine. It's amazing as I sat in the audience to just have a glimpse of all of the storied history that this school has been around for. It was very, very touching, and just another round of applause for the students. Tonight would not be possible if it weren't for a number of key individuals who spent countless hours putting this event together. I would just like to personally thank the faculty members and the staff members that helped out for many, many hours, either in preparation for the event and during the event. Thank you, faculty. Also supporting our faculty was our PTO, led by our PTO president and school secretary, Mrs. Peggy Fitzsimmons. Thank you, Peggy. Some somebody behind the scenes that has spent the entire many days here at the school really out of his own time, and really it's not easy being the spouse of the band director, but I'd be remiss not to acknowledge and thank Mr. Jared Devine, Michelle's husband, for a great job. And last but certainly not least, behind every great performance and evening like this, there's a key person that makes it all happen and brings it all together. This individual has not only developed every aspect of this evening's program, but has worked with our band and our students to get them to this point tonight and to the level that we just all witnessed. Please join me in thanking our band director, Michelle Devine. At this time, I'm going to turn the mic over to student Fallon Neves, who'd like to also say a few words. Fallon?
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Miss Devine, thank you so much. The concert band and the orchestra thanks you for not only teaching us how to play our instruments, but for encouraging us to be the best we can be. As I think we can all see, we've come a long time from the beginning of the year, and it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you. So thank you. And as much as we say we can't, you always never doubt us, and it's amazing. We thank you so much, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Wow. Well, it has been a true honor to help be a part of this wonderful evening, and of course, to work with these incredible musicians. I have very high expectations of these students, but it's only because I know that each and every one of them can achieve excellence, and I think they proved that tonight. At this time, I would like to invite everybody down to the cafeteria for some refreshments. To all of our band and orchestra parents, your students will be putting their instruments away, and we'll meet you in the cafeteria shortly. Thank you so much.